Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hey, hi everyone. Yeah, today we are doing again the imitating artists in Blender challenge. Yeah, so today I have a piece from Penges Zhang. Hope that's his right name, and the link is in the chat. We paste it in the. We paste it in there, and yeah, this is a. Sup, Breezy Clutch. Sup. So how are you doing? Yeah, so this is the piece we're trying to do here. You can see some amazing composition, and we're going to see if we can try and do something like this. Hello, Zena Watson. How are you? How's everything? Yeah, but before we get into that, let's do some sponsorships. So this is a scatter add-on. It's an amazing add-on for scattering objects, assets, especially vegetations. And the add-on comes with its own vegetations like this, and you can say you can easily, effortlessly scatter the vegetations like this. It has different options to mask out the vegetations. You can also have interactions with the vegetation. So it's a very, very packed add-on. A link is provided in the description. Then the other add-on I want to promote is the physical starlight and atmosphere add-on, which is an amazing add-on for just generating skies like the ones we have in this scene. Let me see if I can bring up the. Yeah, forgot the reference image, but yeah, it's an amazing add-on for creating atmospheric effects with clouds and everything. Then lastly, I want to promote the Simple Sci-Fi Pro. This is an add-on by Clip Walters, and you can see it generates sci-fi cities in a few clicks using some Kit Bash assets. And that's it. So let's jump right in. If you want to get these add-ons, the links are provided in the description. Getting them also helps out the channel. But so yeah, let's get into today's topic, which is making this piece here by Pengzen Zhang. Again, I'll provide a link in the description if you want to get this. So let me grab an image here. But how has your days been? How's everything? Okay, so this is, let's see. Let's start by creating these pillars here, add in some details like that, and see. Let me set up my camera like that. Okay. Create this here. I think we can start by blocking out everything. So let's do a sky texture. Hello everyone, sorry for being off topic. God bless Ukraine. Man, whatever is happening there is kind of fact. Anyway, so hopefully that doesn't really, it's already escalated into something really bad, but hopefully it can escalate real quickly. So, hello Warlock, how are you? Let's use a sky texture, denoise, and wall. Let's bring the ozone, bring this down. Hello Talima, how are you? Morning. Let's block out everything. I can start with a plain. Let me see, Q random. Hello, Hash Panica, how are you? Let's see you. Okay, I'll grab, let me go to my asset library, grab a water material here. Then what else? We need to block out this. Let me change this to, first get rid of this. Change this to the camera to a more wider angle camera, like a 25 millimeter. Okay, Hello, Torres Subasi. Oh, I'm so excited. I love Egypt. Okay. Hello, Hash Panika. I'm fine. How are you, sir? I'm great. I'm great. Okay, so good morning. Thanks, sir, for educating. You're welcome. I'm glad you're watching as well. Okay, let's block out this. I think the camera is a bit rotated. Let me first pause. I think we have a block. Let me see. Block like this, and have the camera around here. Let me first change the denoising to start at around there, so that is faster, so that the viewport is faster. We need some steps, so I'll just grab this, rotate it. I think it's always nice to block out things, makes it easier to you always end up spending less time on things, spending more time on what needs to be worked on or what is going to be viewed than if you don't block out the scene. So do we have anyone from Ukraine here? Or because I don't know. And hope you guys are safe where you are. I don't think anyone would be able to enjoy or be on YouTube if they were at war. But hope you are doing great. Blocking is a great technique. That is the way I work too. Yeah, it makes it so you don't spend your time on things that are not going to be visible to the camera. It helps direct your scene or focus your efforts where it's more needed. I think we can change the sun angle to be -45. -120. So it's coming from this side, and they have some pyramids. So let's add that as well. Bring my clipping up. Let's call this Egypt. I think I will work on an Egypt park because I really love their architecture. I think these steps might be a bit too long. And we need a larger kind of to block out some of the light so we can cast kind of a shadow around this area. Now let's this is our water here. If I suppose this, we duplicate this. This is going to be our terrain. I'll make it larger, and basically just use a sculpt this terrain. Basically around here should be a bit hilly on this side. Just sculpting some details like that. And let's see. Okay. Maybe this pyramid can be further. I don't know, something like there. Now we need another block like this. Now let's start adding in some plants. Let me see. Can I pull this back a bit? I think these need to be more imposing, so we can make them a bit larger, like that. Let's bring in some grass. Of it somewhere there, and also sculpt this area to have if us hide we can maybe grab a rock object here. A rock like this. Yes. Yes, bring it closer. Yes, somewhere. Just have the grass on this. Can use this this shrink wrap. You can use the projection. This, okay, have something interesting. Hello Kapil Patel, how are you? How is everything? Let's make this water. So I'll use a glass shader. Actually, a glass shader. All good. Nice to know. You can also use, I think, layer white to do a color. Let me see. Mix here. A Fresnel or layer white. Just to give the water a deep look. So some parts are greenish. Somewhat like that. I think, let me use the principal shader here because I think the water would look much better with this. Just use very little reflections and use a transmission. Then we can grab a noise texture. And that second noise texture, blend the two. So we want some clear areas without ripples, so I'll use multiply. Then use this as the bump. Okay. Let's make the water a bit darker. Let's add a hue saturation here, 0.2. Okay, let's see what. Let's start working on the pillars here. Let me grab some ground material. Use sand. I think I can also use sand for this here. Now one thing I could do is change the grass color here. Color, hue and saturation. Just change the hue a bit. Let me see. Oh, I think I need to grab the grass itself, which is this. Need to change the color of the grass to reflect the desert look. Yeah, something like that. And it should be scattered, not too much, like that. Now I can also grab this grass bunch. Just reuse it here. Make it, have it scattered. Basically, this is just a particle system with some grass elements. And just have this spread out a bit. Hello Vinit, how's everything? No problem, man. Just glad to see you. It's glad to see you are here. Always nice to see some familiar names in the chat. Makes this more fun. It's up the radius a bit. Have grass there. Fine, great. That's good to hear. Can now also just move this here. It should be its own object. And see where we're adding the grass. I'm not sure if this is visible with the YouTube compression, but yeah, I'm just trying to place grass in different spots. Let me first change a few parameters here. Now with that, we can also start putting in some dust. So for the dust, let's add a plane. Like that. Will you one day do vanilla tutorials? I've done so many of those. I don't think I'll be doing any more of them. But I have a bunch of them on the channel if you are interested in that. Hey, Zigzag, it's been a while. Where have you been? Glad to see you. Hello, Jules Roldan. Hey, bro, glad to see someone live streaming Blender. Yeah, I do this a lot. I do this because I kind of enjoy it. Hello, John Jek. From Tajikistan, Central Asia. How's it there? Bro, you use real-time material add-on? No, this is my own add-on called this texture library, and I just reuse its assets that I've created previously. It works like the Blender browser. How is it called? The asset browser, but this one is just my own. Yeah, we want to create some dust. And now let's create a texture gradient that goes from up to down. I think we can use object, maybe do a separate XY. Yeah, separate XY. And I can use a math node with multiply to scale up the gradient. Around there. Then I can blend it with this. Using color dodge or color ban. You might actually want to scale this in the opposite direction, like that. and move this up a bit. Maybe scale this. Went home to Louisiana for a few weeks, but I've been watching the channel offline. Ah, nice. Did you do anything fun? Let's do. We want some. Let me actually grab another noise texture. Blend the two. This one can be at a different scale, just so we have some degree of detail. And with this, we can use. Hello, the healing component. How are you? Is it possible for me to find your water texture? Yeah, the water texture is very simple. It's on my Patreon page, but it's very simple. It's just, let me show you. Yeah, it's this. It's just a layer weight to make the far water have a different color. Basically, you can pause for a bit and just look at my setup. It's very simple here. Very simple shader. And I think I've done a tutorial explaining what it is. Very simple. Okay, so this is my reference image here. Let's see. I want this to be clouds. I want to use a translucent shader, and a transparent shader. Blend the two and just use this mask. So they have to be switched around. If you want, you can also just use an emission texture for that, but I prefer to use the translucent. And I want the edges, because right now, if you look at our mask, the edges are sharp, so we can use another texture gradient. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Spherical texture gradient using the UV coordinates. Just connect this directly. And just mask that. You can use color burn or color dodge. I think color burn works better. Can scale up this, so I can do a vector math. Scale. Now we just set this as let me see, viewport display wireframe. Now if you want, you can basically replace the translucent Did you create the grass or is it an add-on? The grass I created myself, but I saved it using my add-on so I can reuse it in other projects. We can switch out the translucent for the emission shader to make the dust look more like that. I want some light somewhere here, so let me see. Maybe we can make this something like that. And let's start detailing this here. So let me pause for a bit. I'll come to this, start detailing this. I think I might have some extra details here. Let's grab a brick material. Let me see, can this work? Yeah, something like that. We just need to use projection, cube projection, change the orientation. Have some steps. I already have some steps here that I made from previous projects, like this, that we could probably reuse here. Can you sit on the steps? Yeah, we can add you there, I think. We can definitely add you there. Let's see if this is the same material. I don't like how the steps are coming out, so let me pause this for a bit, work on these steps better, a little bit more, make them look better. Okay, I think I need to separate the steps themselves. I think these have to be a bit raised and maybe even pushed back a bit, so our steps can be longer. Yeah, something like that is more meaningful. So I can bring this. I think I'm going to use a mirror modifier here. I have been trying to get into VFX, and I've been wondering if there are a way to add an image of a person to a 3D environment and somehow make the image 3D. Yeah, I don't think you like make the image 3D or make it seem like it's 3D, because there's a good distinction there. So if you want to make it seem 3D, instead of making it 3D, that might be much easier, a little bit easier than making it 3D, because making it 3D, unless you're going to model the entire thing, I don't see a way you could make it look 3D. But you can make it seem 3D by making it track the camera. That's one way to do it. So making the image always face the camera. That's one way I would do it. So it seems we have a few smaller steps in here, barely. Do you use measurements in Blender? I rarely do, but I think it's recommended to use measurements, though I just rarely do it myself. Now, if you look closely, these have you can see the actual bricks in the geometry for this model, and to imitate that, we can create that brick pattern and use a Boolean to cut it. So I can do something like this. No, before I do that, let me do this. You don't make a toots now. Yeah, I just enjoy this more. It's more interactive, and I think people learn from it more than tutorials. So we want to create, think that's how it would be. Let me see. Just need to join this to this. Okay, so that's going to be our Boolean cutter. I think to make this work, we need is it like this? Oh, I think no, it's actually this continues on. I think I need this to be separated so that this is at the edge here. If you don't know what I'm doing right now, you'll see it after it works, because it's very hard to explain it right now. Why am I unable to scale? Want this to so this I think this is what I'm going for. So we just need to create this pattern. You're going to see how it works to add this brick detail, because just using the geometry is not enough. So if we add a mirror, we need to first use a mirror. Yeah, like that, and a mirror origin to 3D cursor, and another mirror in the Y direction. Now you can see the brick pattern. Now if we want the chiseled bits to be thinner, we can just squish them like that. Yeah, so you can see the brick pattern. I can make it the pattern large as I want, and all I need to do now is try to chip directly into these stones. Let me see if that's even possible with this, how this is kind of laid out. Just rotate this, bring it in just a bit. What's your job? Do you do concept for companies? No, I just do this as a semi-hobby, because it's part of my. So I think I'm earning enough in Blender to be able to do it full time. So that's what I guess I do. So I can use a Boolean here, select this. Let me hide this for a bit and use first, which is also not giving us the results we want. So let me shift in. We need to apply this and this so that our Boolean can cut correctly. Let me first get rid of all the. So I need to have a Boolean enclosed to get the results we want. So I'll just do median. Actually, you can just grab everything, extrude along. Yeah, it's my. Yeah, I can just do that. Shift in. Now you can see we are basically imprinting this brick pattern directly into the stone using Booleans. So that's all the gymnastics we were doing just to get this imprint because it really adds some nice detail to this. And because this is a Boolean, you can just hide it for a bit and add in some extra details to this. So I can extrude and hide. Bring back the Boolean. Let me actually change this to a wireframe so we can see how this is adding the patterns directly in there. Can unhide, even give this an array. And you can see how that looks. Doesn't want to be, in some areas it's kind of flickering. So you can even see from this far, we can see the actual geometry, which I think is a good way to make. Never thought of Booleans as a way to add details to the wall like that. Nice. Yeah, I think it's a nice way to add details because even using a normal map wouldn't really get you that details. Let's see. If I show you this, if I hide this for a bit, I'm not sure. Yeah, you can even see from here that you can see the details, the brick details, which I think is nice. And with something like this, you don't really have to add all the details everywhere. You just have to add them where it's relevant. So I can just duplicate this here. Maybe duplicate this again. I can see in some areas the bricks are a little faded, which gives it a nice erosion effect, I think. You can see just like that, I think is enough. I think these ones are too chipped in. So maybe we can make them less by pushing this out a bit. Yeah, I think that's enough. We can apply that. And I can do the same for this wall here because it's too plain. And hide this, clear the rotation, and I use it here as well. So I can grab this, give it a Boolean, and select this as a Boolean, use fast. You can see yeah, something like that. Just grab these. Apply. And now you can see now this is also detailed. I think we can add a few details here. So if I make this, I can grab this face here, maybe insert it, extrude it out, just to make it seem like an extra detail like that. Give it the same material as this, give this the same object data as that. Oh, thank you for showing us the Boolean technique. It's like stamping. Yeah, exactly. That's the right word for it. It's like stamping. You're basically stamping the detail directly onto the Boolean. Let's look for some columns. These pyramids, all these can use the same materials. Just make sure that we're using box projection on them. And I like the dust effect we have. Actually, you know what? Let me save this because I know I will want to use it. Let me call this dust. Make sure that doesn't really show it doesn't render very well in Eevee. Okay, I'll just save it anyway. Where did you get the assets like the column? Is it free downloaded? No, these are assets I made from a previous live stream or previous tutorials, and I just saved them and I reused them. I think we need a bit more grass on this. Maybe just make it less reflective. Okay. Let's go to Botanic. We can use this to add some tropical vegetations. So let's go to tropical and look for some vegetation. Can grab this, add it somewhere here. And you can already just adding one tree and things are starting to look much better. Grab a few of these. Let me see how he used these. I think he has a bunch of these somewhere here. Let me first pause for a bit so we can easily do these. Now let me grab this, put that there. Can you zoom out on your dust node so I can see? Okay, so for the dust nodes, let me pause this for a bit. You can, let me see. Let me take a screenshot and paste it on Discord. So how do you do screenshots? Print screen. Is it print screen? Let me see. Paint. Yeah, so let me save this and paste it in the Discord. I'll call this, I think I should do this more often. This is dust setup. And let me go to the Discord here. I don't know why my internet is a bit slow, but yeah, I'm going to paste it on the Discord server, so you can find it there, I think. Do you know a good way to make good looking clouds in Blender, like the one in the concept art? Yeah, you can use volumetrics, but the issue with volumetrics is it makes the scene very, very extremely slow. So that's why you see I don't use it a lot. Did you use a plane as an object? Yes, the plane is simply, yeah, the dust is simply a plane with a dust texture. Or two questions. How many monitors do you have? I use 2. I explore. Let me find a tutorial. Why I don't know why my Discord is a bit slow today, but yeah, let's also do some clouds, some fake clouds. So I think we can use the same we can tweak the dust material here to create some fake clouds. They're not going to be as good as this, but they should suffice. So if we use our sphere here, let me first use this. If you want the sphere to be in the center using UV map, you can just move the entire UV in the middle like that. And just scale. Yeah, so we start with a shape like that. Then we don't need these nodes. We can create, but we need a clouds texture. Sorry, a noise texture like this. Maybe with a large scale like that. You see this. Have them blended, and then mixed. And you can see now we have a single cloud. Can make it larger or smaller, or scale even this up like that. And I can actually set this up to be its own shader. I want the edges to be a bit soft. The color then has to be white for the clouds. And actually, you know what? With that, we can set up our own shader. Let me cloud shader using this system, and it can also work as the dust. So let me go to this node group and see what we can change. So we definitely want to have control over the color. So I'll create this here is our node group. Okay, so this is yeah, color. We also want to have control over the, not sure what color band factor. One, the scale of the sphere. Scale. What else? I need to have control over these two scales, so I'll just drop them in, and maybe this factor like that. Now with this, we can basically turn this into a cloud. I think I need control over the strength of the emission. So I can make this like a strong cloud. And I'm not sure why it's now like this. Oh, we need the color band. I think I made a few errors here. Yeah, something like that. We need to be there. I just wanted to have control over the strength. Yeah. Now with that, I can make the clouds easily. Can essentially just have this as our cloud, duplicate it, and because we have this node group, I can make a new material, a different material, make this instance array instance, and just change that cloud shape, change the noise a bit. And since these are clouds, it doesn't really matter too much how the shape, you don't really have to focus too much on the shape. Can make them look a bit different, can make them even darker, maybe even change the color, but they shouldn't change the color. Let me just make them a tiny bit like that. Will your live videos be available at watch offline? Yeah, they will be. I wish Blender would have something like Unreal. Yeah, Unreal is just superior in a lot of ways. Make this point. Now, if you're a cloud expert, you might be able to tell that these are fake clouds. But since I know most of you are not, I'll settle with these. You love the clouds? Ah, great. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, actually, let me save this shader too, because I think I also love it. So let me save this as clouds shader. Save it into my library because I want to use it, reuse it. And I think this cloud shader can also be used as dust. Can you model in Unreal Engine, or is it just a renderer? It's definitely more than a renderer. You can do some basic modeling, I think, but not really any hardcore stuff like Blender does. Yeah, another thing we could do with this cloud, we can turn it into actual dust like we have been using. So I can just grab this, bring it here, maybe scale it down, put it down like that, maybe bring it a bit closer to the camera. It's primarily a game engine, so you can't do a lot of modeling. You're expected to have a different engine for modeling. Now this we can turn it into its own a dust. You know what? I think I'm going to go into this node and just also bring in these, bring in the roughness as well. I think things are starting to shape out as we want them. I grab this cloud, push it far. Maybe in front of some of that, but I want it to look a bit like dust. Yeah, something like that. Isn't too bad. Maybe grab this. Okay, let's see what else. I think the scale of this water has to be a bit up. So let's double the noise here. Okay. Let's add more details. For example, this part here. Let's add these statues. I'm going to use make human to make those. These tattoos here. Let me just bring them here. Okay, explore Sweden in Google. Type Presidio Clouds. And then first one is good. Not sure what you mean. Where's the Discord? Oh, I forgot about that. It was getting a bit slow. But let me... Yeah, so let me paste the image. The dust shader setup. Where would I have put that? Okay, so here. Yeah, so I've posted the dust shader setup if you want to use that, if you want to see it. So just use exclamation mark Discord. Okay, now let's do this character. So the gender should be male, should be quite muscular. We can do, let me see. Everything can be the same. We don't want any hair, we don't want any geometries. But we need to be able to pause him, so we can export. I'll export this. Call this man 1. Then come in here and import. Was there a E? And I save this under, I don't know, models, animals, people, man. Okay. So we want to pose him seated. So let's move these out of the way. Let's add. You can also actually just duplicate this block, have it here. So he's going to be seated on that block. And where is here? This guy? It's quite a large statue. So now let's pose him in a sitting pose. I think somewhere like that. Hello, artist99. How are you? Glad to see you. How's everything? Like, let me ask, what kind of artist are you? Are you a 3D? I guess since you are on a 3D channel, I guess you are. But yeah, let me ask anyways, what kind of art do you do? Or have I ever asked before? Sometimes I can't remember. I wish I had made him more muscular, but that's okay. You are amazing. A 3D artist love. Thank you, thank you. I think I'm going to make these arms a bit larger. Because this is not human proportions, but that's okay. Then I think we can, let me see. Yeah, we can apply the armature. We don't need it anymore. We can remove it. So let me first apply, remove the bones. Let's go to sculpt mode. Maybe give him some muscles. Let me use Denotopo. Just make him look more buffed. Grab the layer brush. Give him a 6-pack. Make his arms really broad. And the great thing about this is that he doesn't have to be perfect, because this is like a statue. Add a few rings here. Let me reduce the strength and the size. Let's reduce this to 6, so we can make the rings more readable here. So they usually have this, I don't know how it's called, but thing that they wear, they put on their mummies or statues. Let's sculpt that detail in. It's like a shirt or whatever, I'm not sure. Necks have to be, you can see now the character is starting to look more imposing. Brother, I am new in your channel. It is so difficult to learn Blender. Yeah, it is, but the great thing is that there are a bunch of tutorials that you can watch, and yeah, there's also this live stream where you can ask questions. I can answer them, and the chat is also usually very, very helpful in answering questions. Just smoothen this. Maybe have this to 8. Hello, BA Nation. think this area. Let me grab. Sculpting can be sometimes fun, sometimes it can be very, very tiring, but I think I'm enjoying this part. Let me reduce the smoothness of the brush tool for a bit. Just smoothen this area here, then I think he's starting to look like an Egyptian mummy, or it's not a mummy, but an Egyptian statue. Yeah, they have this thing at the top. Yeah. And because this is a statue, the more the imperfections we have, even the better. So you don't have to worry too much about being perfect here. So I can even add this. Except the eyes here have to be fixed. So now I think we can just give him a concrete, maybe concrete material. Further, when can I go out to be on my own? I have got the whole world to see. You just have to jump in, man. There isn't a specific time. Just go in, test the waters. You never know. Because if you're waiting for the right time, you may never find it. You never see it. Just jump in. See how things go. I want these legs to be a bit. Let me just leave them.
Swear I won't forget this. Why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless. Anxiety's infectious.
Maybe this has to be even larger. Nah. Brother, how much time you take to learn Blender? Sorry for my bad English. No problem. I'm also not. My English is also not the best. You don't have to apologize. So it's been. Yeah, I've been using Blender for like, I don't know, 10 years, but not consistently. So you have to have that in mind. And nowadays it's much easier to learn than back when I started, because there weren't as many tutorials as they are today. This needs to be and this here has to be really I think the sky color is kind of betraying our clouds a bit, so let's try to match that a bit. And let me increase the strength of our dust a bit so it's more visible, and also this here. Yeah, I'm from Uganda, that's in East Africa. East Africa. I think this has to be a bit thicker. Now there are some, I think they're called pyrographics, and we can add them those. We can add those there. So I think they're called pyrographics. Yeah, I don't. Let me just call them Egyptian graphics. Not sure what the name is called. Yeah, these here. Yes, yeah, just want any of these. Save. Yeah, hieroglyphs. Yeah, I think the pronunciation and the spellings are kind of confused me there. I just use the water nodes, and my water looks bad. Do you mind showing me your nodes? The water node is just very simple. Yeah, also your lighting is also going to help. So this is what it looks like. You can pause for a bit and see. Let me change the rotation. Negative 100 and negative 200. Nah, negative 170. Too bright. Negative 80. Negative 90. Negative 120. Negative 110. Negative 100. Negative 1.5. Let's just go with that. Okay, so with the image we just downloaded, let me see which is, you said they're called hieroglyphics. What was I calling them? Hieroglyphics? Hieroglyphics. Can't even spell what you just, yeah, hieroglyphics here. Okay, but I think we can just use the image we just got here. We can import it as, I think you can import it as I remember there was a way to convert an image to let me see, images, planes. I remember you could convert an image texture like this to grease pencil, yeah, and you could use maybe this is not. I think maybe you have to be in the geometry nodes, in the grease pencil. Oh, I remember now. So you have to be in the grease pencil layout, 2D canvas, and this has to be the. Let me see. I rarely use it, so I can't remember very well. So this has to be the grease pencil. Okay, let me just start a new project, a new Blender project out there. Why don't you make NFTs? Yeah, because NFTs, you really need a large audience to make it even profitable. No, I didn't take a course. Okay, so with this, I think I can import an image. You know what, let me just trace it directly because I think we're wasting time. So we can... Now we don't really have to be super accurate with this. Or we can... You know, there are several ways I'm thinking of that we can approach this project. This because I want to... Let me just use a curve object. Hello, Heli Harrius, how are you? Glad to see you. How is everything? Just trace this by drawing, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. Okay, that's one. You can also get the eye. They can just have these connected. Yeah, we can have two. We don't need, maybe we need one of these guys standing, so let's trace that as well. I made 30k. I am non-famous on Foundation. If you stay active on Twitter, yeah, I'll try and get more into it. And so, do you have an account that I can look at or something? You can send me a message on Discord, and maybe I could learn a few things from you. Because you made 30k. That's quite a lot. That's a lot of money. So was that a single cell or multiple cells? Nice. I will definitely check that out. So yeah, I was asking, was that a single cell or multiple cells? Hello, Raf Zyke, how are you? Glad to see you. Okay, now let's just check my foundation and OpenC9 Ethereum cells. Oh wow, that's amazing, man. We'll definitely check it out. Okay, let's feel both. This should also be filled. Okay, it's not the most perfect, but it will do. Okay, so we have our hieroglyphics. We reduce the polygons, convert them to a mesh, just line them up the way we want them. And basically we can do the same thing and stamp them onto the faces of our walls. What did you do on Twitter? Just message. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Like, how did you get your first sale? Was it a result of your own efforts, or I don't know, how did it happen? And again, use the Boolean tool. Like that. Can even try decimating this because it seems like there's simply too much polygons here that are not necessary. I talked with a collector. He loves my work and he collected my NFT. Ah, nice. And how did you get that collector? There's just so many questions. How were you able to get the collector? Did you know them personally? What's your Instagram? Okay. Yeah, I think the hieroglyphics look okay. At least there. I'm also going to duplicate this. Okay. You got 60. Okay. Yo, I will answer you on Instagram, bro. Oh, nice. Yes. We should talk. We should talk definitely. I'll after the stream. I'll make sure to DM you. Think this has to be even further. Just get another dust layer on here. Or maybe this time this is not dust, this is my friend. You will rock in NFTs. You are talented. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will try to invest some time and research more about it. And I try to get into it and see. This type of concept will get sold for 1 to 2 Ethereums. Ethereum. And how much is that? Let me see. ETH to USD. That's a lot of money. Let me see. How much is that? 1 ETH to USD. Let me see. What is that? That's quite a lot. Let's add some buildings. Have these simple buildings that I think could work here as well. Just throw in a few of these buildings, different areas. Really looking great. Thank you, thank you. And here, just block some of the light that is coming here. Let me grab a rock. Yeah, something like that. Bro, can you make anim style scene? Yeah, I'm not very good at anim. Usually what makes that... yeah, I'm not very good at sterilized scenes. I'm mostly good at kind of a realistic... Yeah, a realistic scene or look. I think your scene needs a little bit brighter light to get more contrast. Yeah, I think you are right. Let's see. Let me see where I can go to. Let's see. More light. I think if we had light. Let me see. Don't make a full cartoonish, but can you make a train station anim style, not fully anim? Do you have examples that I can look at? Yes, so let me play with some colors. I think we need more color in the scene as well. Google anim train stations. I think this style doesn't look too difficult. Actually, maybe it is because this is kind of a cartoonish shader. I think I would have to first search more about it, but everything else looks basic. It's mostly the shader, the actual shader, that makes it a bit difficult to do. Look into it and see. We need more shadow areas. Maybe we can bring the sun. Let me see. If I remove this, bring in more color for the clouds. The issue tone shader is that, yeah, there is a tone setting in Blender that can do that, but I don't remember. Freestyle, I think it's called freestyle. Not seeing anything changing here. Trying to find the better See?
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't
Like this blue water butterfly is very, very difficult to achieve. Let me see.
on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say.
No, this is a desert, so we don't really need the water.
6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend.
I think it's much better without
That's my only friend.
it.
Sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time. Yeah, I move fast and climb. A new class divine. Yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time. I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say.
Let's add a cut. I bring this guy.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad and the good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please
And a horse.
when I hear people say I cannot, I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can never doubt, know what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. If you're raining out, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe.
Let's grab grab a rope. Where? Bear. Now just let me go to my decos collection here. Just find something I could add in, maybe a tire, just to make the silhouette here more interesting. Of course, tires wouldn't have been available in this time, but what have I done? Just trying to make things pretty interesting. Let's see. Yeah. Well, look, do you have a video on how to set up your shortcuts? I was trying to follow along with the last video night and could not. The way I set up my shortcuts? To set up shortcuts, just go under edit preferences and you go under keep maps, and you can remap any shortcuts you want here. But yeah. Have some birds here. Oh, that's what you wanted? Good, 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 good. Yes. Grab this. This could work as some kind of tent. Nope. I thought it was an add-on. No, it's not. It's not. It's just you just set up the the shortcuts yourself. Let's go back to the botanical tree here and look at some trees we can add in. Let me see. Let me grab this rock here. Just reuse it in some areas. Because some areas just look too plain for my liking, so let's get some rocks. Like this area here, just too plain.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a statement to appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement. Yeah, there's no replacement for persistence. It's a patience. Yeah, in this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring, and I'll fight till anxiety is boring. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Trying to see what I could add in here. Let me see. Let me go to my medieval stuff.
inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies.
I think I need a light source here. Let me try adding. Yes, something like that, and I think we are going to call this a day. Let's just play with some colors here and there. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow in the next live stream, and maybe just do one more thing here. Add another rock.
Gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Yo, I think about others way before myself, yeah. I guess that's why I feel like I go through hell, damn. Wasting time on your dreams instead of mine, yeah. About to turn this franchise around on a dime, man. It's all about finding your right state of mind. It's all about turning the worst into fine. It's all about time and the work and the climb. From the thirst we will rise, I'm immersed in this life. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next